You can come to her, can come to him, using the techniques of listening deeply, listening compassionately, using the technique of love and speech. Darling, I know that you have suffered a lot during many years. I have not been able to help you to suffer less. In fact, I have made the situation worse. I used to blame you for my suffering. But I know now that I have contributed to your suffering. I am sorry. Please give me a chance. I don't want you to suffer. I want you to be happy. Please tell me. I don't want to repeat the mistakes, the unskillfulness that I have done in the past. And if you don't help me, I cannot do that. So please help me. That kind of talking. And everyone in the retreat was able to talk like that. Before that, they did not believe that they are able to do like that. Because before that, the seed of understanding and compassion in them have not been watered. 4-5 days of selective watering can transform the whole situation. And they are able to do that on the 5th day. In the morning of the 6th day, 4 gentlemen, German, came to me and reported that last night they had used cell phones in order to talk to their fathers. They were able to reconcile with their fathers just by using cell phones. It's remarkable. Because the other person did not practice. Their father, who did not come to the retreat, they did not practice at all. Just one side, one person practice, and that can help the one who does not practice. It's a miracle. When you are transformed, when you have understanding and compassion in you, you can transform the other person. In fact, that night they were able to use loving speech. And they were able to open the door of their father's heart. And they got the reconciliation. They were very happy. And I knew that there were more people who have done that, but they were a little bit too shy to come to me and report. Last year also, in a retreat organized for Chinese in Macau, the same thing happened. There were people in the retreat who used telephone in order to call their husband, their wife, and reconcile. And on the last day, they came to me after the last tea meditation and report to me that they had been able to reconcile with their wife or their husband that were at home who could not come to the retreat. It's very crucial that we are able to water the seed of compassion and understanding in us. Come home to ourselves and do it with the help of the Sangha or without the help of the Sangha. And then when you are okay, you can come to him, you come to her and help him to do that. And mutual understanding, mutual communication is possible. Suppose you are not a person, but you are a group. You are a group of Palestinians who so much want peace. And now you know the peace process, the real peace process. You know the real map road for peace. It doesn't come from Washington, D.C. Look what he said yesterday about God. You should not look for God outside. You should not look for God in Washington, D.C., for peace in Washington, D.C. You should look for peace within our heart. And the peace process, the roadmap for peace, have to come from ourselves. And this is a real peace process. Peace always begins with yourself, your group, your people. We have to be peace in order to help the other side to make peace. We should not continue to blame the other side of not practicing peace. We have to practice peace and encourage the other group to practice peace. And suppose this is the Palestinian groups who know the peace process. They come together. They are not hurry in discussing peace. They take their time practicing peace, being peace. And when their garden is beautiful, they can approach the group of Palestinians, of Israelis. And meantime, if the Israeli group knows the peace process, they will do the same. And if they come together as two beautiful gardens, and mutual communication become very easy. I think in 6 months or 1 year, you can organize a people peace conference. You can organize in Paris. You can organize in the Middle East somewhere. And the world will come and listen to you and see you how to do peace, how you do peace. And this is a real peace process. Because you know what is the process. Peace always begins with you, with your group. And when you listen to the other group, with all your compassion, you see that their people suffer as much as your people. They are adults, they are children, they live in constant fear. And when you are able to see them as victims of suffering, the nectar of compassion flow in your heart, and you suffer less. And when you suffer less, you help them to suffer less. And then every agreement made on that kind of mutual understanding will be a real peace solution. A text signed by both parties. But if the fear, the anger, the suspicion still remain intact in both sides, that is only a piece of paper. It's not peace. But if there is compassion, understanding, mutual understanding, compassion, then even you don't need that piece of paper signed by both sides. And many of us in the world will come and support you in your peace conference, people peace conference, that will show the world, that will show your governments. And you can come and help your governments also. Your government will listen to you if you are a real entity of peace. I don't think that we should wait for our government. They may continue for a long time. They may not arrive anywhere. We have to take the situation in hands. We have to make peace. We have to organize the peace process with our own practice.